This is Kristen. And also, we got Mac here today. Of course, as always, it's the M&K Productions podcast. What else are you listening to? Hello. Hi. Welcome. Today, we are talking the latest Christina Ricci movie, Monstrous.
Yep.
We were sent a copy of the film thanks to Screen Media Films. And it's directed by Chris Siverton.
You ready, Freddie?
Hello there, young lady.
Good afternoon.
What is this place?
It's your new home. Isn't it wonderful? Hello?
I miss you. I miss my son.
Well, you better get used to it because you'll never see either one of us ever again. Mother, how could you have got my number?
He just wants to talk to you. Why don't I come and stay with you for a while?
I don't need Mia. Everything is perfect.
Cody. Mom, there's a monster outside my window.
The story centers around a traumatized woman fleeing from her abusive ex-husband with her 7-year-old son. In their new remote sanctuary, they find that they have a bigger, more terrifying monster to deal with. Like I said, it was directed by Chris Siverton, and the writer of the film is Carol Crest. And this film had its premiere at the Glasgow Film Festival earlier this year. And like I said, Screen Media Films picked up the rights. It played in some theatrical places. There was released a little bit on digital, but now it's been released on Blu-ray and DVD for you to pick up. So Matt, What did you think of the film?
So I'll love Christina. She is a very talented actress who's very underrated. And I think she gets typecasted a lot in these horror movies. And I wish she didn't get it, but she does well in it. I was not feeling Monstrous. I did not like it. I get what it was trying to do, but like I said, I've seen this done better in other films.
I think the better example for this is like a cheaper version of the Babadook with some spirits of it. Is it like the Babadook? Absolutely not, but it's got some similarities to it, where, director Chris might have taken some, inspiration from it, where it explores like grief and trauma and all that stuff, everything going on, it goes for it, but it was not good at all.
No, it's like you kind of can see what they're going for with the type of style of, because I will say I did watch the trailers for this after I watched the movie. The trailers are very misleading. It
is misleading. There are some things I don't like about this movie, and the trailer for this was actually pretty surprising. That's why I suggested that we get screeners for it and watch it. Thought, hey, Christina Ricci horror, this sounds awesome.
Yeah,
because we know her from the Addams Family. She's in Yellow Jackets at the moment. If you haven't seen that, go see that.
She also in Speed Racer.
She is also in Speed Racer, one of your favorites.
I just have to bring that up because that's how I know her from Speed Racer.
And she is also starred in Casper. She's a woman.
Oh my gosh, she was.
She has been in a lot of stuff over the years, and you know a lot of her work. I think she has got a cult favorite and following, and
because she's a great actress. It's just like she might need to know when to just start saying no.
Yeah, not just saying no, but just having some mixed signals about what kind of projects to pick and what not to pick. And I just realized this too. I know you discussed the Matrix Resurrections last year.
Yep.
She was also in that. I'm rereading the IMDb page, but
was she in that? Who was she?
Gwen? I don't know because I didn't see it yet.
I don't remember that movie.
I don't think anybody remembers that movie.
But
she's also going to be starring in the Netflix Wednesday Addams series.
Oh, yeah.
So lots of stuff to look forward to. But however, in this film, I think she's normal Christina Ricci, which she just gives her best, all that she can. And the script is pretty light and dull for this film. I must say, though, I really like this 50s vibe it tries to go for it, and it settles that really well. I think it really captures that tone and atmosphere very, very well. And the music in this is pretty good. It grabs that great vibes because there's this one thing that I really got excited about, because I love it when a film uses Mr. Sandman.
I do like that.
Mr. Sandman.
Yes.
And one of my favorite previews, and this is in the actual show itself, but Bates Motel uses a song. And I love it when they use that. So if you've seen Bates Motel, you might know the episode and maybe the preview I'm talking about. So shout out to my Bates Motel fans. But Christina Ricci, going back to her performance, she plays like a traumatized woman, experiencing grief and death. It's not, I don't think it's so much alluded to that, but you don't realize how do I go into this without spoiling
you kind of there. Let's just say there's a twist in the movie where if you read the synopsis or you watch any trailers, you can probably guess what the twist is going to be at the end of it. And that was me, because I was like, the way it was set up, I'm like, it probably didn't. I said
I
it as a
was
joke.
like watching it, I couldn't tell right away, but then watching it, it made sense. I was like, oh, I see. Okay, but it's a wild and concept, not so wild, because then I was revisiting the director's work.
I gotta see his work. I haven't seen his work. Don't tell me. Let me
why don't you pull it up and I
That's
will.
what I'm doing now. Right.
Because I think we should do a watch along for one of these movies.
I've never seen any of these movies.
You've never seen any of these movies?
No.
Okay, so
I'm disappointed.
Okay, so if you don't know the director, Chris Silverton, he's directed Heartthrob, which is like a teen romance crime movie where the stereotypical boy, shy boy goes after the kids because he likes the girl, psycho killer boyfriend. He directed All Cheerleaders Die, which is another film that it's like, I think you could basically find it free anywhere. Then also the cursed Lindsay Lohan movie, I Know Who Killed Me, where Lindsay Lohan is like doing like a strip dance. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, you are cursed by this movie. And I've
never heard of that movie.
Mac, you need to watch how stupid this movie is.
The last Lindsay Lohan
bad.
The last Lindsay Lohan movie I watched was Herbie Fully Loaded.
Herbie Fully Loaded will always be a special place in my heart. However, I Know Who Killed Me tried to break away from the Lindsay Lohan, I'm not a Disney actress anymore movie.
No, she's saving homeless Arab kids, come with me. Oh, remember that video?
Oh my God, come with me. Come with me, I'm gonna take him away. Come with me.
Then she got pimp smacked. She's like, that was sad, funny.
Okay.
But Monstrous, yeah, I did like the style. They did really make a good aesthetic of like, because this is it's just a straight to well, I wouldn't call it a straight to DVD movie. It's kind of like one of those like, they don't expect you to full like a wide release. It's kind of like VOD and select theaters. They had good production quality.
Yeah, it was, like I said, it was like released in select theaters, and then I think you could purchase it digitally. So it didn't have that crazy budget, but budget always doesn't matter here. It's a single mom story. I think there's some connection to this where a lot of I think females and women are, or maybe whoever it might be, are easily going to be able to connect to this easily, of the idea of grief and having to live on your own and dealing with your own demons. And it just, some stuff in here makes sense, other stuff doesn't. Like, I will say the one thing that doesn't make sense, this might be a spoiler, but I won't give too much away. But one of them, the fact is that how the boy goes to school, because Santonio Bernard, who is Christina Ricci's son in the movie, plays a young boy, and he's like adjusting to school and everything. And then towards the end of the movie, he's not in school anymore.
It's like, what? Where'd that come from?
Yeah. So it's a huge, that's where the twist starts to get involved. And you could see, if you've seen the film, you might know where I'm going with that, spoiler. I'll let you know with that. There wasn't enough, at least for me though, to care about the boy or even Christina Ricci, because the boy in this movie is also a pain in the butt. Like, going back to he's the kind of annoying character where we saw back when we watched Firestarter, or at least we didn't get to review it, but Mac and I agreed that, the performance of the young girl, that
God bless her, but it wasn't it.
It's just like, how this is here. The kid's annoying, just an obnoxious, bratty kid, who's trying, like, he doesn't know how to work with his mom. Like, he's just so bratty and just so ungrateful for everything. And I'm just like,
and it's like they want you to feel for this character, him and the mom, but you're like, yeah, kind of don't really
you know, and
Woefully.
like he's always getting into fights and arguments with her because he wants to go back home to his abusive dad. And but you know, she's trying to make a better life, and you kind of see her go do that. You know, she's doing all that she can. She tries to throw him a birthday party and and have fun and be the cool mom. She wants to be like the cool mom, you see,
I mean, if Christina Ricci was my mom, I'd always say that's cool voice anyway.
yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want Christina Ricci as their mom? She's like I said, the cool mom. However, I did see like him, at least the kid that they casted for this movie, as a young Jacob Tremblay. And I took note of that in my notes.
Jacob Tremblay, what does that name sound familiar? Please remind me.
He's in Room.
Oh, okay.
In Good Boys, that movie with the three boys who, do some stuff. It's like a comedy, whatever. And I just didn't like him. I think they're like, people are nowadays are trying to find the next young actor that's like Jacob Tremblay, and it's very hard to find, I think.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. You can make child actors good. You just have to direct them well. Like, if you have bad direction with it, you're not gonna know like how to do it with that. You can have good child actors. Like, there's no problem. You've seen a few good ones. Like, I'm trying to think, for example, you said
they grow
Jacob
out to be
Tremblay.
great. So an example is like Haley
Yeah.
Steinfeld.
Yeah, like she was great. I loved her in True Grit. And then like even the kid in Greenland wasn't that bad. As long as you have good direction, it's just like, but with
Even the character and the young actor who was just in the Adam Project.
Yeah. Like there's
And
like
Jenna Ortega, she was just in, she went from Disney and now is in X and, the Fallout and Scream. And she's just, continuing to ride waves with that. And now she's ironically starring with Christina Ricci, going back to Wednesday.
What was the runtime for this movie? Because it felt really long. But I guess it's like when
it wasn't really very long. I think it was like 90 something minutes, like 94.
It felt longer.
94 minutes. I have it on here. It's an hour and 29 minutes, but that's like standard for, I feel like, a horror film.
Like I said, it's just my problem with this movie is that it's very predictable. If you know the tropes like we do in these movies, you can kind of tell. Because were you at least like shocked and twitched, like, oh, I didn't see that coming?
I eventually saw it coming pretty much once the 30-20 minute mark. I was like, okay, I know what's gonna happen now, and I'm just like,
and like it's not
okay.
It's not a bad concept because, like I said, it's been done before. It's just just wasn't
obviously
well.
It's been done before with other films, and that experienced the same themes and twists and tropes, but it has been done better. Is Christina Ricci bad? No, but the source material isn't great, unfortunately.
No, I'm looking at the writers. This is her second movie she's ever written.
Yeah, I'm not familiar. I didn't see her previous work because her previous work, Carol,
was 20 years ago.
It was 20 years ago. I didn't even see it. So God only knows how she got back into this. This probably was like a black,
Oh my God, Dennis Hooper was in this.
Yeah.
Holy wow.
Colin Camp was also in this as like the housemaid who took care of the property where Christina Ricci was staying with her son, or landlord. Like, she was one of the landlords, Colin Camp, and she was basically like a Karen who walked into the house at one point in the film, and she's like, "What are you doing in this property?" And I'm just like, "Get out of here! You don't, just leave him alone. Don't be a Karen."
So is this a movie we'll pop on during Halloween season, or do we just give it a hard pass?
I think this is something you don't want to put on during the horror film season, but
does this count as a horror movie? Or is this just a psychological thriller?
I think it's got like horror vibes because of the monster that's shown in the film, but the monster itself is just okay. It didn't terrify me as other, monster films. I understand the idea of this monster and the concept of him. Or no, her, I should say her. It's a female monster. I should make that clear.
Yeah, don't assume genders.
Yeah, but no, it was because I actually can't explain because then that would go some spoiler territory. So you will find out if you watch it. But what do you think, Mac? Is this a film that you want to pop in during the Halloween season and just say, folks, I got this monstrous movie for you?
No.
I'll
just probably I feel like this movie will be the one that will pop up on like Pluto TV in a few years. Like, oh, it's Christina Ricci.
Well, it'll eventually show up on Netflix because it's like Scream Media Films also got the rights, to Megan Fox's movie Till Death.
Oh, yeah. That? I did watch that. That was pretty. Maybe this will, you know what? Maybe Netflix will be. This will end up on Netflix. I feel like it would do well on it because like I said, even just if it's on Netflix, people will scroll through and they'll watch it and they'll see it looks interesting. They like it probably.
But here's the other thing. I think they announced this a while ago. I would have to check back my sources.
Let me see. It said it was they began filming in 2020.
Okay, but yeah, which I could see this as a COVID movie. But going back to the Pluto thing,
the Pluto TV.
Crackle actually, I think, has a deal now with Chicken Soup for the Soul, and they can release content for free. So they'll be releasing content and free movies on there. So like, I think there's a short window period. So after some time, it'll get released.
But yeah, I say probably Monstrous. It's just like it's a film where it's just like it's fine, but it's like you want more from it because it's like Christina Ricci, she's a great actress, especially for these horror movies. Like I said earlier, she gets typecasted in these types of roles, but it's just the fact of like you kind of wish that she would do a little bit more. Like she should be like you see like some of the movies that Rebecca Hall's doing with her horror movies. Like I feel like Christina Ricci could be at that level. It's just she needs to pick some of those other movies like that. Like she just needs like one movie where like, yo, that's Christina Ricci. So maybe she goes Netflix route or anything, but Monsters is fine. Just very predictable. I can sum it up perfectly. Someone said when you get the Christina Ricci movie from Wish.com.
Yep, that's a good way to put it. I just wish I could find another good Christina Ricci movie, but
Speed Racer.
I know you love Speed Racer.
What would you give a rating for this? I think I'd give Monstrous a 4 out of 10.
Monstrous, I also have to give like a 4 out of 10, and yeah, it's a disappointment. I think now, Mac, what we should do is do a watch along party or episode where we discuss and do a long watch along of I Know Who Killed Me.
I don't know about that.
It went on to win several Golden Raspberry Awards. If you want to know,
Jesus,
I think we should. But anyways,
so you can check. I'm on what is it? Likewise.com. I can tell you guys where you can find Monsters to watch. Have you heard of Likewise, Kristen?
No. What is Likewise?
Likewise we're not sponsored, by the way, but please, if you're listening, you give us a Likewise is an app you can get where you can type in any movie, book, show, or anything, and it tells you where you can watch it and different ratings on it. So right now, for Monsters, you can check it out on Google Play, iTunes, VUDU for free, Shudder, Roku, and Tubi.
Yeah, and right now this movie is set at a 54% on Rotten Tomatoes, along with an audience score of 84. So I think take what you can get, but take our word for it. We just thought it was forgettable. But anyways, thank you to our friends at Screen Media Films for sending us copies of the film. And next episode, Mac and I will be with a crew to discuss the latest Jordan Peele movie, Nope. So please keep out an eye on that as we do a retrospective of Jordan Peele.
Yep. So for this episode, this mini-episode, this has been Mac. This has been Christian. You've been listening to the MK Productions podcast. Bye.
Bye.